It comes up with an error, something to do with being a spectator, and then it kicks me. This keeps happening. I might have to start a Twitch account next week. Because it's getting ridiculous now. I have to reactivate my Twitch account. We shall see though. So I just keep doing it. It's so annoying having to reset everything. So 18 seconds left. Change that to leader. So it's going to be everyone's final laps then. So let's try and catch it as we go around. People going out on an out lap, they ain't going to cross the line in time. Mickey Granger then comes to the line, crosses it. He doesn't impress, and Mickey stays ninth for the time being. Just looking now, see who else on the line. JW1990 is on a hot lap as well. He's coming to the line now. Let's see what he can do. He comes to the line. Can he improve? He does improve, but he doesn't improve his position though. Who's next? That's gonna be the Alpha Tauri, Jay Hobson then. Jay Hobson is coming to the line. Winner of the first race out in Saudi Arabia. He comes to the line. He goes up to second. That's a good luck there for Jay Hobson. Puts himself onto P2 on the grid. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be qualifying done unless Jay Parkin is improving, which he ain't. He is invalidated. So that's going to be starting grid then. Rancy will be on pole with Jay Hobson occupying that front row of the grid with him. Mark and Hilly, who come second and third last week, will be joined on the second row together this week. That's going to be a nice little battle into turn one between them two. Destructive Jay in fifth, Twigs in sixth. There we go. So, where was I? Destructive Jay and Twigs will be 5th and 6th. Daniel and Anubis 7th and 8th. Mickey Ranger and Spanner 8 round out the top 10. Moona JW will be 11th and 12th. Sergeant 13th. Parking 14th. The two Haas guys there qualifying next to each other. Jacko retired. He didn't have the best of laps, so he smashed into the pit lane on entry. He'll be started in 15th. We've got the three AER guys, hopefully one or two of them is about to get taken. And Callum Jones will be starting at the back, but we have got some grid penalties, so he should be lifted up. And Mickey Granger's got a 5th place grid penalty. That would drop him from 9th down to 14th right now. So then, we'll get everyone now just putting their strategies in. Locking them in for the race. This should be a one-stop out of medium to hards, hards to medium. You could even do hards to softs if you think you can make the tyres last. The safety car could scupper that plan up for you. So the quickest strategy would be a one-stopper here. Two-stopper, you'd probably be about 12 seconds slower unless there is a safety car. That two-stopper then may be a good idea and help you out. So as we get ready to go then, I think we got formation lap on. The fans are celebrating above the pit lane. They're getting ready for a good race here. And there we go. We now go round on the formation lap then. It's get it going then. So starting grids here then. So let's see who's gone for what strategy. So we've got a mix of strategies going on here. We've got most of the field have gone for the medium strategy, and then we have a few guys have gone for the softs, and so they're looking at a two-stopper. And then we've got 3 guys all in the top 10 who've gone for the hards. They want to get the hard stint done. They want to be on the quicker tyre towards the end. Now if they can get a good start here and keep the medium runners behind them, they will have the advantage come the end of the race. See, then we'll be looking to get a good start in that Ferrari off the line. Destructive J's obviously tapped someone and got disqualified. Professor Conker has taken his Ferrari and is now at the back of the grid, ready for this start. We've got 3 AER drivers. One guy is trying to take control of one of them, and it's just not working for him at the moment. Looking at Ferrari there, warming his tyres up. Let's just go through the field. I love the look of the Mercedes on this new game. It is absolutely amazing. Best looking car on the grid for sure. Second would be the Ferrari. Just love their aerodynamics in that car. Love the AlphaTauri as well. So people just warming their tyres up there, and the guys that are on the hards will have to put a bit more work into warming their tyres up. I'm hoping we all have a nice clean start towards the first corner then. Hopefully we do not have an accident. I don't think we've had one clean getaway this week into that first corner, so we shall see. So we're getting ready to line up on the grid. We're about to go racing here in Jeddah. Hopefully I don't get kicked. If I do get kicked, guys, the stream's going to be in about 10 parts. That's unfortunate. So you may not be able to tune in whilst you're racing if it does go, but it will be there for you to look at that point. As Mark there seems to have a little bit of a spin there coming into that final corner. He's lost about 6 places. Oh, the Aston Martin's hit the wall as well. People here trying to warm their tyres up before the start of the race and just putting himself into a spin. Luckily it's on the formation laps, it won't affect them, they won't lose any position or get any damage. So we all line up. Twigs gets disqualified, heading towards the cheese box. Must have crossed the line a bit there. Mark's pulled it. Ooh, Mark's now aimed towards the wall. That's not ideal there for Mark. All the guys on the inside seem to be pointing towards the middle. All guys on the outside seem to be pointing towards the wall here. Everyone wants that outside line into that first corner. Just waiting for the... I don't know what we're waiting for. Ooh. Callum really missed his mark on the line there. So did Jacko. They're going to need some practice. So did Mickey. These guys didn't line up perfectly here. Twigs is about 3 or 4 foot back. Oh, maybe he's left the session. Is everyone leaving the session? 2 drivers left the session. Oh, there's a Red Bull pointing the wrong direction. And now the host is left. I have literally no control on the stream. I'm going to try and invite Anubis back in. Friends, Anubis. Come on, quiet. Load. Come on. And that's not going to let me invite people now. Watch. I'm trying to invite Anubis into this now. Just give me a second, guys. I'll be back with you on the stream. I'm trying to kick the guys that have just been kicked back into the session. Come on, game load. There we go, Anubis. I can't invite Anubis back in because I'm not the host. He was the host, so we can't invite him back in. That's a disaster there for him. I don't know what's going to happen now. No, I can't invite him back in, unfortunately. So I had to join back in. It's messed the lobby up, so I got no spectator options here. I don't know who's who on the grid. I can only assume that that's Ratsy. That's Jay Hobson following him into turn 1. It's Aston Martin. I'm guessing that's Mark, who's now going to be in 5th. There's a few, loads of cars pitted there. Wow, look how many cars are pitting. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cars all pitting on that lap alone. I don't know what's going on. I can't see who's here and who's where. McLaren queuing at the pit entry. It's all going down right now. I don't know what's going on here. There's gaps forming all over the place. I don't know what's going on. I know Max is leading. That's Jay Hobson. Oops, sorry. Jay Hobson was second from what I can tell. So if you listen to the stream, I think we are going to be restarting, guys. If you listen to the stream, I think we will be restarting. It's messed up for the host, messed up for a few of the guys in the race. They can't rejoin. There's AIs everywhere. I can't tell who's in what position, what lap we are. I think I know who the top 2 are. I know that's going to be Mark in 5th. Nippy's actually in 6th, even though he's not actually in the game. Being chased down by the 2 Red Bull drivers. So I think we're redoing the lobby, guys. These guys are all racing. They're not going to be able to know what we are doing. They're just racing here. I'm literally just skipping through the cars. So I don't know who's what position or anything at the moment. I know the top two are Ratsy and Jay Hobson. I bet they're not even them two. Right, so we are going to a new lobby now. Just waiting for Rancy. Just can't get him to notice me. This game does have some dirty shades. So we're back then for attempt number 2 at the race. After it glitched out for everyone's, as we're just looking at the pit lane, someone's readied up, so there's going to be someone now that's not going to get their setup in time put in. Let's have a look then. Hey, I think we've got the grid correct, so I won't know until we get to the start. The guy that was P1 though didn't join back, unfortunately. He's going to be absolutely gutted. He is currently racing on his own, I think, around Jeddah in the old lobby. So here we go then. It goes straight into the race then. Jay Hobson will be on pole this time. And it's lights out and away we go. Everyone then coming battling down towards the first turn. Hilly got a fantastic start and he's up to the lead. Oh, Mark, there was a Mercedes and there's a Mercedes and a McLaren there that seem to have come together on turn 1. As they go battling, did they pick up damage? That's going to be the question. Ooh, there's now Spanner is facing the wrong way in the Williams. He's now got it back going. Hilly leads then. A fantastic restart for Hilly. If you look at the position changes, then Hilly made up 2 places off that start. Let's have a look at the tyres. Pretty much the same as we were. Hilly's gone off on the soft tyre here. That is probably why he got such a great launch off the start line. So Hilly leads. Jay Hobson in P2. Destructive J in P3. Getting chased down by Daniel in P4. Twigs P5. Callum Jones P6. How many places have he made up? Callum Jones made up 9 places. So is Brashman here. They've had fantastic starts to this restart we have had. Mickey himself, the Mercedes didn't have the best of starts, and Anivis has dropped down to 9th. His teammate has dropped 11 places down to P13. Sargent in 14th. Russ is up to 15th. Now he's rejoined. Poor fast Jay Parkin and Spanner are all battling away at the back. Jay Parkin does not have a front wing. He's going to be pitting. So is Russ here. So is Sargent. So is Muna. Oh, Russ is now going to get double stacked in the pit with his teammate. Disaster for Russ. He's going to lose so much time in the pit. Mark is trying to find a way back, and Mark has spun. Jacko. Damage for Mark. I don't think he was expecting Jacko to brake so hard there. And as I switched to them, he literally rear-ended him. That's an unfortunate accident. There's no malice in that. He just misjudged where Jacko was going to brake. He's damaged his front wing as Mark. He has had a start to forget right now. Anubis has had spin as well. The Mercedes is just not hooking it up right now, unfortunately. 10th and 11th, one of them's got a broken wing. McLaren's are going well. 8th and 9th at the moment. Crashman's up to P7, 10 places going. Callum's going 5. Daniel's dropped behind Callum. Callum's got ahead and he's pushing on in that Alpine. But up front, Hilly leads. He hasn't really been able to pull away from Jay Hobson, even though he's on the soft tyre. The gap remains at under 9/10 of a second. And Jay Hobson then is going to push Hilly all the way. And he will have the DRS if he could just stay in that 1 second to Hilly in front of him. He's literally on the cusp right now. Destructive J's 4 seconds back in P3. Twigs is in P4. You might see Twigs up there these days. Daniel's in P5. 3 seconds on Twigs. Brashman's in P6. Callum Jones has left the session in his car. He's ghosting after a fantastic start to the race. He got up to P5. He's lost his connection because he is now a ghost and he's dropping down the field. That is going to annoy him so much. Mark then, with a broken front wing, decided that he's not going to pit. He's going to stay out with that broken front wing. The front left end plate of that Mercedes is currently hanging off. He doesn't seem to be losing much time though. He's still pushing. Anubis is now on the back of Callum. It's going to be a nice easy pass for P9 for him. There we go. Well, that AER is not giving it to Anubis. He was racing a bit there. Closest battle then is going to be at the front and just behind in the battle for 3rd and 5th. So Jay Hobson then's going to have the DRS on Hilly in front. It doesn't seem to be working. Oh, he's gaining now. That DRS suddenly come into effect. He's not close enough there to get the move into turn 1. Pepper Ashman, is he close enough to Daniel? He's gaining. Not close enough as well. So the DRS then not being too effective for people. It's closing the gaps up though. If it's just staying within that gap with the car in front, you want to be about 5-6 tenths back on this track for the DRS to really affect. There is 3 DRS zones. This first one doesn't really have much effect. That's in sector 2, but the last 2 in the last sector and when you cross the finish line are the 2 key DRS zones where you get such a pull on the car in front. That's where the moves are going to be made, I feel. And as you can see, Jay Hobson is all over the back of Hilly right now. He's pushing, he's 6 tenths back behind him. As Brashman and Daniel are having a right little tussle here for 5th place. They're going side by side up to that tough corner. Ooh, losing his rear end just a tiny bit there. This is going to be a great battle between them two. I look at it. Is Jay Hobson close enough in the AlphaTauri to launch a move on Hilly then? Into the final turn, he isn't, but he should get a fantastic run. I'm just going to switch to the battle between Daniel and Brashman. There you go, side by side then towards the final corner. Hard on the brakes. Brashman down the inside. Daniel's hanging it out around the outside. Daniel should get the DRS then down that main toe. John Hobson couldn't get the move done on Hilly then. That DRS didn't really work for him, but Brashman kept the DRS there for that second part and was able to keep ahead of Daniel for 5th there. Daniel though, will he be able to keep up with that AlphaTauri? The AlphaTauris are going well at the moment. They are putting some decent lap times in right now. Jay's currently in P3 and there goes his 3-second time penalty. He ran very wide there. That now promotes Twigs up to a net P3. He's just currently just behind him. With a switch back to the battle at the front then. Hilly versus Jay Hobson then on the tail of each other, both on different strategies. One's on the softs, one's on the mediums, and the softs just ain't helping him get that gap up. So here we go. Is he going to look for the move? I think he's going to wait for the next DRS zone. He is indeed. Here we go there. Jay Hobson versus Hilly in that last sector now. Can he gain up on it? Right on board with Jay Hobson there. I think he's going to try and attack down that home straight. He's within the gap you want to be at for that DRS to really work. Here he goes. He just pulls it out of the DRS, the slipstream there. He needs to stick in the slipstream of Hilly there if he wants that DRS to really work for him. Just looking through the field, not many battles. Mark and Anubis and the 2 teammates alongside having a battle with each other. Both got DRS though, so that's going to nullify the effect for Mark. Mark is running with pretty much only about 70% of his wing intact here, but he's not losing too much time in the cars in front of him. He may not want to do that extra pit. He may just go long and just hope for a safety car or something where he can then replace that front wing at a later point. At the back there's a few guys battling around towards the back of the field. The battle for the lead though is still going. Jay Hobson versus Hilly. Right on board with the Red Bull looking behind. Jay Hobson on the tail. Hilly gets a 3-second time penalty for Hilly. That's not the best. And here we go. Jay Hobson's right on the tail of him here. and he gets past the Red Bull, coming up to the final turn. Hard on the brakes, then so the Red Bull will have the DRS back on. Yeah, optional, but that Alpha Tauri there got an absolute peach of a drive out that final corner, and Hilly couldn't really respond to that. Destructive J's gaining on the Alpha Romeo for P3, backs out the move right at the last moment. Gaps are forming across the field as Mark and Anubis then, the two Mercedes swap positions. Don't think Anubis is going to put up much of a fight. His teammate does seem to have that little bit extra pace, which is different to what we saw last season. It was the other way around. The apprentice has become the master in terms of the #1 driver there as it stands. So here we go then. So Mark's up to P9. His recovery drive is currently going right now. We've got the two McLarens up ahead of him. He's going to be his next target to try and attack them. First one being JW. Back at the front, Jay Hobson's got past Hilly and has absolutely just pulled away that first lap in the lead. He's put 1.5 seconds on Hilly. Them soft tyres on Hilly's Red Bull seem to be just giving up the go here. If he can stretch them another lap or two, he should be able to go on the hards to the end. Yeah, let's have a look at the tyre strategies. There we go. Most of the field on the mediums. Except for the guys who all had to pit early on in the race, they've all gone for the softs when they had to pit. Got both Mercedes on the hards. Then they're going to be hoping they can get some pace on these medium runners towards the end. Hilly then does not want to pit on them softs. He's staying out. He's going to stretch that pit stop, I think, and try and maybe get on to the mediums. But he definitely could finish the race on the hards if he comes to pit soon. You can try and stretch them just a few extra laps, so he could go onto the hards to the end. The field is quite spread out here. Mark though has made inroads on the McLaren in front of him of JW. He's now within the DRS of him and he's gaining now as well. He's got it down to 6 tenths here. Even with that damaged front wing, Mark is showing good pace today. Very impressed there from that Mercedes driver. So if I was JW, I'll be asking my teammate Mickey just to drop back a little bit and do what the Haas guys didn't do in Austria and give each other DRS to defend from the Mercedes. Mark there just outside. He seems to just be struggling in the slower corners here. He just loses a bit of time to the guys ahead of him. I think he's just outside the DRS. So no, Mark's got it. Mark managed to get in that DRS zone. And he's gaining on them McLarens. That is the closest battle on the track. Is now for P7 between these three. The two McLarens battling and Mark also gaining on them at the same time. That McLaren is producing a lot of spark. I think he's grinding the floor. He must have set a low ride height here. Smart then powering down towards the line. Can he get that McLaren in front? That McLaren's also got DRS. It's going to be nullified. And as you can see, he's just not close enough there to try and even think about a move for 8th place. Then McLaren's then giving each other DRS, which is very handy indeed. Hilly is pitted then from 2nd place. He's gone from the softs to the hards and has rejoined down in 6th place, but the good news is he has come out ahead of the battle between these McLarens and the Mercedes, so he shouldn't lose too much time with these guys, but he has got to warm them tyres up though on this outlap and scrapes the wall there as it goes round. So Hilly pushing on. He's got to try and get them tyres heated because the McLaren's go right on his tail and the McLaren runs wide. That's going to give him just a little bit extra as JW there. And the two McLarens are battling side by side, coming through the second DRS zone. Oh no, they're not going to go into that corner together. Oh, the McLarens, will they keep it clean? Oh, it's a bit of tapping. Oh no, the new Mark there trying to take advantage, tried to get past the McLarens, and I'm pretty sure, I can't see, has he damaged the other side? No, he's damaged his wing just a tiny bit more there as Mark. It's not looking great for that front wing for the Mercedes, but he still refuses to pit here. As Mickey gets out of that and goes into the pit, that Mark is gaining on McLaren into turn 1. Oh, he's gone for the move. Oh, and he didn't pay off. Mark has spun it. This is not Mark's race right now. He just needs, I feel like he needs a safety car and just to regroup. Russ is DLF'd here in this sector, so we'll just keep on board with Mark now so we can see the wreckage. There it is on the edge of the track. He is retired as Russ. So the Aston Martin out of this race. Got guys with penalties with lap 10. The penalties, most of the guys are 3 seconds then. Only Jay Hobson, Daniel and Anubis and Mark in the top 10 do not have these time penalties. Field is quite split up right now. Destructive J is still about a second back on Twigs. He has been for since pretty much the start of the race. Everyone is quite spread out. Anubis is chasing JW here. And he's Mercedes then going to try and get this McLaren of JW here. He's looking on the outside. I think there's a bit of tactical DRSing there from Anubis to make sure he gets on this straight. Hits the power down, lost a bit of time though on the exit. He's gaining on that McLaren now, rapid right or not. Gets a bit squeezed to the wall there, but Anubis gets past and up to 7th for Anubis then. Great race, and McLaren's looking like he's going to try and come back on him, but he keeps it together, does Anubis. He's up to P7. Good move that was. He did get a bit squeezed towards the wall, but it was all clean. Did leave him enough room on the outside. The battle for second place is heating up. There's Destructive J. He's gone from a second behind down to 2 tenths here on Twigs. These two racing for second. They have been battling since the start of the race. And here we go then. We're going to go into this DRS zone, the Alpine. Oh my god. That got a bit iffy between the two of them there. That DRS zone is a bit dangerous in my opinion. You're winding left, right, and it can cause issues. And that there put Destructive J back to a second behind Twigs. And to help Rashman then close up just a little bit more on these two. Oh, we've got a spinner. And that's going to be J parking down in 19th position. He has spun it, and into the pit comes Destructive J, and so does Twigs then. So both coming into the pit on lap 11. They're definitely going to have to go for the hards then. Let's see who got the better pit immersiveness here. Does Destructive J get out the pit? He does not. Twigs seems to have pulled a gap on him in the pits there. That then has got Destructive J away from Twigs. It's going to be more than... Ooh, we need to hit the barrier on the exit there. It's going to be more than a second behind him then. Yeah, he's dropped to about 3 seconds behind, which now then has promoted the two AlphaTauri guys up to first and second. Jay Hobson was first, but he's promoted Brashman to second, and he's promoted the two Red Bull guys, Daniel and Hilly, to third and fourth. We have virtual safety car. Daniel and Paul Foster both pick up drive through penalties. Then they were speeding under the virtual safety car. I didn't know it was a virtual safety car. I didn't get told. But they have picked up penalties then. And let's go now to the two Alpines that are battling. Callum James didn't have a good start. just answering a message there. So Daniel has a penalty. Jay Hobson into the pit then. He has come back out behind Hilly, both of them on the hard tyre. But Hilly's are going to be them extra few laps older then, so he kicks off. He's got him ahead, Jay Hobson. His teammate does have a drive through, so Hilly then will be net first position. He's got to try and get them hards to the end. I'm pretty sure he will be able to. Jay Hobson will be on fresher hards. Once they're warmed up, he should have fresher rubber and hopefully catch Hilly so we can get a good battle for the lead going. Let's have a look who has done pits and who hasn't. So most of the field have pitted them. Nibis has pitted, he's come back out in P8, got out at the head of the McLaren, so which is good news. Mark then now has a front wing fully attached to that car. He's down in P11. He's 13 laps now to get a fight back going. I wouldn't put it past him though. I can see Mark getting some good points today. Still, we haven't had a safety car yet, which is quite good actually. But Mark, as you can see, is taking a few attempts out. The McLaren's in front of him already. They are on the hard tyre. Mark's gone for the medium compound. So Mark should be a bit quicker than these guys. Nibis is in P8. 6 seconds ahead of that battle. It's about to unfold behind him and the two McLarens. Going racing. Mickey got a bad exit out of that final corner. And he comes into the pit. There's Mickey Granger. Mark then promoted to P10 and sets the fastest lap of the race. The fight back is on for Mark. And I'm pretty sure Daniel has to pit on this lap. If he does not pit to serve his drive through, he's going to get disqualified. He does need to pit. He's lit his teammate Hilly through, so the gap between Hilly and Jay Hobson is 4 seconds now. Twiggs is in P4, but Destructive J, who didn't have the best of pits here, come out about 3-4 seconds behind Twiggs, is catching him at quite a rate of knots as well. So that's going to be another battle. That's going to be for the net P3, the final podium position. I'm just going to switch to Daniel to see if he does come and serve his drive through. Is he going to serve it? He does indeed. So into the pit comes Daniel to serve his drive through penalty. Hilly has 6 seconds worth of penalties though. Jay Hobson has none. So Jay Hobson's got to stay in then 6 seconds of Hilly ahead of him for the final 11 laps of this race. Twiggs then goes up to P3 in the Alfa Romeo. He's had a good start to this season as Twiggs, if I do say so myself. But to keep that P3, he's going to have to be defending from Destructive J because he is catching him right now. So Daniel serves his drive through and comes back out in P5. Let me just check how old his tyres are. So Daniel's tyres were the tyres he started the race on, so he will have to pit again. That's going to drop him down to about 10th or 11th place then on the track. He'll be hoping there's a safety car. Brashman's in 6th. Nibis is slowly catching him up here. Callum's in 8th. But he has the Mercedes and Mark then on a charge. He's got up to 8th. 9th, sorry. He got past both the McLarens. He's going to hang it around the outside there, and the Alpine doesn't get the move done, and we'll stay with this battle. It is the closest battle on the track. See if Mark can get past Callum here. Gets the power down. I'm pretty sure Callum's going to get the DRS off that lapped car here. That car is a ghost. That car gets out of the way. I don't think he wants to do it on purpose. Oh, and that lap car hits the barrier. That corner is a bit more deadly this year on the game. I think most people will say that some of the corners that were deadly last year, Al Rouge. Ooh, Destructive J there. Nearly put a mark in the barrier. Mark's going to have the DRS, and is he going to be close enough to get moved on into turn 1? Getting squeezed to the barrier there from Callum there. Oh, Callum hangs it round the side and spins Mark. Oh, Mark is just having a disastrous race. Going to have to find the reverse gear and get back going, and that has cost Mark 1, 2, 3, 4 places there. If Jay Parkin retires into the pits, Mark then is just going to want to turn the PlayStation off and go to bed tonight. Every time he gets the fight back going, something happens and he just drops back down. Cannot get out of that 11th place here. He's not going to be too happy up front there. Jay Hobson is slowly reeling Hilly in, and he's reeled him in by about 1.5 seconds over the last 4 or 5 laps. So I reckon there's a few guys out there that will be crying, praying for that late safety car. We haven't had one yet. I'm going to switch to telemetry mode, because I've got a feeling if we don't have a safety car, we may have 1 or 2 drivers on this field that are going to be tight on petrol, because some people do underfuel their car, and this is one of them tracks that even if you overfuel your car, you actually burn more fuel per lap. And there's going to be some lifting and coasting going on throughout the field. So Hilly leads the race on the track. He would be P2 after the penalties are considered. Jay Hobson P2, Twiggs P3, Destructive J P4. He's got Daniel behind him, Brashman in 6, and he was just dropped off a little bit from that 6th place. Callum's in 8th, but I reckon he will be referred to the stewards there. JW's in 9th. Forfas is in 10th. He's now got Mark catching him at a rapid rate of knots as Mark now tries attempt number 4 and trying to score some points today. His 2 rivals after the first race in the championship, Hilly and Hobson, are 1st and 2nd at the moment. So that's going to put a bit of a disheartener on it for him. But it's a long season. It's not like the short season we had at the end of the last game. This one's over quite a few races, and there will be twists and turns as we go through the season. There will be crashes, there will be DNFs, and there will be people that miss the odd race here and there, and that could decide the championship. Every point will matter this season. As Mark then goes to puff us down the inside. It's a fantastic camera view, that is. Look at that. Beautiful. Nice pink tents there. Into the last corner, Mark down inside Puffas, and that was a very clean move from them both there. Fantastic racing from them both to keep that very clean. And now Mark then's going to be wanting now to go and chase down them 2 guys ahead of him. They do have penalties though. Mark doesn't. Mark just try and get that gap down. You've got 7 laps to go here. JW in 9th, he keeps running wide on that one corner. Closest battle is Hilly versus Hobson. Hobson from nowhere has gone within 3/10 of Hilly here, and they are battling for the lead on the track. In terms of penalties, it's Jay Hobson that leads, and here we go then, down the home straight. Jay Hobson takes the lead. Hilly's right behind him there. He won't have the DRS as they approach that first corner, so Jay Hobson takes the lead of this Grand Prix with 7 laps to go. Has Hilly got any response here? We shall see. So Good evening, David and Jamie. I've only just seen your messages. Spectate Marina, someone put earlier. I've only just seen the message. The Aston Martin guys currently down in P10 then. Running in the points for now. Where's Pulfas? He's in the pit. So Marina then in his first race here could pick up the final point of the day. Let's see what he can do. Points are points at the end of the day. Been quite a few pit stops. This seems to have the most pit stops today. 3 pit stops, Sargent. Most guys are managing just to keep the car in one piece. This could be the first race, I think, where Division 3 hasn't had a safety car. So Jay Hobson leads. Henry is in P2. So look at the penalty wise. Daniel then's also on a recovery drive. He had a drive for penalties up to 7th at the moment. As Brashman pits then. He's going to fit the soft tyres for the final 5 laps. Daniel's also on the soft tyres then. Daniel goes up to P6 then on the track. People are also racing. It's going to come down to penalties, I reckon, towards the end. We've got a few guys that have pitted and gone onto the softs here for the final 5 laps of this race. They will be looking to maybe try to steal the last point here. So softs versus hards at the moment. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. And that is Brashman. Brashman is spun round. He was running P7. He's now just being overtaken by Mark. And Moon's got past him as well. But Brashman will be on the soft tyre. Doesn't seem to have picked up any damage. So Moon is going to become under a lot of pressure here towards the end of this race. Here we go. Brashman then should be able to get past Moona quite easily here. Soft tyre, DRS activated, and he got the move done before we got to the DRS zone here. Moona didn't want to have it, looked like he didn't want to have any part of that there. I think he's just happy to pick up a final point if he can. Go back to the penalty situation. Jay Hobson leads, Hilly in P2. I think that's how them two are going to finish, bar any instance. And as I said, that Hilly scrapes the wall. DJ Twigs is in P3. Fantastic race from him. He's kept Destructive J just out of that arm's reach the whole race here. They've literally been split by about 2 seconds maximum the whole race. There was a point where they were less than 6 tenths. But Twigs has managed to keep Destructive J just at that arm's length here. Libis is in P5. He doesn't have any penalties, but he's not close enough to steal any of them places ahead unless we have a late safety car. Daniel is in P6. 3 seconds back. Well, 6 seconds back from Anubis. Mark then has recovered up to 7th so far. I think with 4 laps to go, I think that's what he's going to have to settle for. I don't see him gaining 11 seconds. Ooh, is that a safety car or is that a virtual safety car? Oh my god, we've got a late safety car. The drama. The drama. The drama we're about to have. This is going to change everything. Anubis, who doesn't have any time penalties here, he's coming into the pits. He won't. I wouldn't have pitted Anubis. You should have stayed out because of the time penalties everyone else is going to have. Unless Daniel's pitting as well. So Anubis may keep his P5. Remember, this is a really late safety car. So the safety car is only going to be out for like 1 or 2 laps here. You need to be catching the leader as quickly as you can right now. Here we go then. Hilly has just picked up another 3 seconds as well. Oh, this is a disaster for Hilly. He's going to have to absolutely rock it off the line here on this restart. He does have a gap to Twigs behind him. She could pit these two, the leaders, and still come out where they are. But this has fallen into the palms of Anubis. Jay Hobson doesn't have any penalties, so he's safe, but Anubis has no penalties. But the second, third and fourth ahead of him have 9 and 6 second penalties amongst them. That is going to be a disaster. That could promote Anubis to P2 here. An unlikely P2, but he will take it. I know he will. Also, that's going to help Porthos as well. All the cars ahead of him have got penalties. He could get back into the points here. Where's Mark? Mark's only got 30 seconds of penalties. So Callum, Destructive J, Twigs and Hilly are all going to be a threat to Mark as well. Oh, this is a disaster for Hilly. He had second place wrapped up even with his penalties. And now he's going to have to be fighting. I don't think he's going to pull the gaps that he's going to need on this restart. As the leader just now catches up now. This safety car, I'm pretty sure, is going to come in at the end of this lap. I'm pretty sure it's going to come in at the end of this lap. That could be Hilly's saving grace then. Because the guys that haven't got penalties or less penalties are behind him. They may not catch the safety car queue in time here. I'm pretty sure the safety car will come in on this lap. Because if it comes in next lap, we're just going to have one lap of racing. So if I was a newbie now, I'll be absolutely pushing like crazy here, trying to catch this safety car queue. And people are pushing to try and catch it here. I'm waiting for it to go through. Is it going to say safety car is coming in on this lap? It's going to be a late call if it is. Yeah, safety car is coming in this lap then, so the drama. Anubis shouldn't have pitted. Safety car is going to come in. These guys are going to want to absolutely fly. Moon has retired. Moon has retired on the safety car. And the leaders ain't messing about. They want to just go here. They just need to get the power down. It's going to benefit Destructive J because he's within the 3 seconds that he needs to be of Hilly. Oh, the drama, the late drama. So as they cross the line, they've got 2 laps to go. Jay Hobson will lead. The McLaren gets out of the way of that battle. He doesn't want to have any part of this battle that's going to go on now. Hilly absolutely just needs to push. He's all over the back of Jay Hobson. He's on the soft tyres. He chose to pit, did Hilly. Destructive J also on the soft tyre. They're both now going to push. But Hilly will now need to get 3 seconds on Destructive J to keep that second place. And Hilly's going for the move on Jay Hobson around the outside into turn on the hairpin. And now they push on. Hilly gets past Jay Hobson then. So Hilly goes into provisional pole, but after penalties he will drop down. Behind we've got Daniel, Mark and Callum all battling away for the 6th place right now. So Anubis then may just steal P4 from Twigs as it stands. Destructive J, if he can keep a second on Hilly, who's going to be absolutely pushing here, could steal P2. This is going to come to the line, this battle now. So we're going to be keeping an eye then on this battles now all over the field. As Mark then goes for the move round the outside of Daniel. And he gets ahead. Into the final corner goes Mark. He's up to P6. But he's going to have Callum and Daniel now chasing him down his home straight. Callum's not going to be really a threat because of his time penalties. But Daniel and Mark have the same amount of time penalties. So this is a race between the two of them on this final lap then. And up front, Hilly has got that 3 seconds that he needs just about on Destructive J, so he should keep that P2 for the time being. He's pushing on. He's gapping Jay Hobson. He's not going to get the 9 seconds. He just needs the 3 seconds on Destructive J, and he's got it up to 4 seconds at the moment. Nubis then needs to keep within 6 seconds of Twigs. He's got it to 3, so he should still P4. Should Anubis. Mark is now pushing on. He's got a bit of a gap to Daniel behind. Unless it, yeah, Daniel's picked up another 3 seconds there. It's Daniel then ends that battle with Mark. You would say that's going to stay 6th place for Mark. What about down in the back? Brashman's got 14 seconds of penalties. So that's going to promote McLaren driver JW into the final point scoring position of this race. As I jump to the front, as Hilly crosses line, don't be weaving. Hilly takes the win on track, but Jay Hobson takes the win through penalties. Destructive J comes home in P3. Anubis, what? Did Destructive J get another penalty? Anubis has jumped up to P3 here. Destructive J must have had an instant or something on that final lap, or picked up an extra penalty. Anubis then has stolen the last podium position. He's got to P3. Destructive J got the best of Twigs in the end. They're finishing P4 and P5. Mark gets P6, Daniel P7, Callum P8, Puffos will get P9, and JW will steal their final point scoring position of the race. So that was a very entertaining race. That was from all the field. Absolutely fantastic battles throughout the race there, all the way down, up and down the field. That late safety car caused a bit of drama and has affected the final positions quite a bit. I feel like if certain people didn't pit though, they may have got even more positions. So Jay Hobson then makes it 2 wins out of 2 for the new season. He will now go up to 51 points in the championship. Fastest lap goes to DJ Twigs. He's also, I have 2 drivers of the day today. One of them is DJ Twigs, having a fantastic race, improving on last season by a great deal. And Mark, after having to fight back 3 or 4 times throughout that hot race, he deserves some credit today. Does still save it in 6th place, getting some points in. Jay Hudson and Hilly battled pretty much the whole race for that win, but Hilly's time penalties cost him in the end, and it was time penalties then that got Anubis across the line in P3. So Jay Hobson, Hilly and Anubis are your top 3. Destructive J, DJ Twigs, Mark, Daniel, Callum, Puffos and JW round out the top 10. Spanner, Brashman, Mickey Granger and Jacko finished the race to round up to 14th, and then Muna, Sargent, Parkin and Russ all retired. It was a great race guys, and I'll see you all next week.